talking about you kicking.
Who else was gonna kick his ass? I went looking for that motherfucker. We had this conversation.
Unsurprisingly, Nick never actually did anything. It was actually Mariah who handled the situation.
That brother. Imagine you talk so much shit online, and then on top of that, you went to go look for the guy. Turns out, your wife, just said, "Nah, Nick, I got this. I'm gonna put him in check. Put him in my back pocket." And I'm like, and one of the streamers that I watched, they were like reacting, like they were reacting to this, and I'm like, what kind of channel is this? Like he just do like reports on people. So I'm like, okay, this is probably something we can like react to or just watch for fun.
Unfunny, not talented. I don't know. I just don't like him. These are some of the most common things you will hear whenever.
Damn, untalented? He's untalented?
Unfunny, not talented. I don't know. I just don't like him. These are some of the most common things you will hear whenever people are talking about Nick Cannon. These people are.
Nick Cannon, really? Untalented, really? Y'all know how much he did so much. Wildin' Out? You telling me Wildin' Out is corny? Wildin' Out is corny? Stop it. He had Nickelodeon. I'm not sure if he owns Nickelodeon, but he is definitely a part of Nickelodeon. Wildin' Out, his movies. I'm not gonna list all of them. What else? The headphones. He had headphones at one point. Funny? No, he's not really funny. You know? I wouldn't say he's hee ha ha, but
are even more enraged to find out that he has 12 kids with 6 different.
Yeah. This family tree is just messy, bro. Like, what is his end goal here? This is too much. And you're not married to anyone. Like, he's not dedicated to anyone. But isn't he? No, he's with someone now. But it's like, how long is that gonna go for? Until he meets someone new and then get that woman pregnant. And the fact that all of these women, they probably know him. And know he got such and such kids, but yet they're still willing to date him and probably have a baby with him. And it's just like,
women. Although many of Nick's own words and own actions are what caused him to be almost universally disliked, the hatred towards him begins for such insignificant reasons. Nick landed reoccurring roles on Nickelodeon's All That and Kenan and Kel when he was a teenager. He also had various one-offs which led to him securing his own TV show, The Nick Cannon Show, in 2002.
He had
this
that?
show suffered from terrible reviews and was canceled after 2.
Love Don't Cost a Thing, best movie. I love that movie. And I like the fact that, like, during that movie, he did the curls. I like him with the, no, I think these are called coils. I like him with the coils.
2 short seasons, but the show being unfunny and unpopular is not necessarily the reason why he was disliked, because he also had a lead role in a very successful movie that same year, Drumline. This film highlighted HBCU's incredible dedication and pride towards their elite marching bands. While the reactions and reviews for this film are mixed, $57 million in box office revenue proved that it was a hit. Nick was popular, but his roles never portrayed.
They had the nerve to make another one. Why? Not needed. It was corny. It was unnecessary. Even though that he did pop up, it wasn't, something significant. The movie was still corny.
Portrayed him as the cool kid or the tough guy. Sorry to the band kids out there, but y'all don't got the coolest reputation. I know it sounds silly, but a lot of child stars become associated with their on-screen personality, leading to a warped perception of who they really are. And his next role did not change that perception. Love Don't Cost a Thing, where his character Alvin Johnson is a nerd who lacks any type of game or swag and has to force himself to be cool to land the most popular girl in school.
Probably need to.
Hell yeah, Steve Harvey.
Roll your pants up.
You gon' get tired of being alone. Don't get tired of being alone. Wanna help yourself to a smooth little girl.
Ah! I love that part.
See, these is Sean John. So
I gotta get my swing on. Corny.
Son, what has happened to your priorities?
Corny.
Oh, nah, see, it was all about what was under the hood. Now I'm trying to be
on top of the hood.
Nick played this role so well that people still to this day think that that's who he truly is. He was plagued with the child star curse, where he can't escape the image of his early roles, and people assumed he was some sort of privileged trust fund baby since he was on TV. but most people don't. Nick Cannon escaped gang life in Southern California.
Wait, what?
Nick's father, James, was one of the original members of the Lincoln Park Bloods, based out of Southeast San Diego, California. James and his girlfriend, Beth, had Nick when they were still in high school, which led to Nick growing up in the Bay Vista housing projects around the Blood set. His father, James, got into some trouble, went to prison, came out reformed, and decided to move to North Carolina to live with his family and study ministry, leaving Nick to be raised by his grandmother and mother in the projects. James started a new family in North Carolina and had more children, but he didn't abandon Nick. James was a televangelist, which is a preacher that appears regularly on local TV, broadcasting their sermons. Whenever Nick was with his family in North Carolina, he was in front of the camera, singing, dancing. His father even gave him a segment on his public access TV show to do his stand-up comedy as an 8-year-old. He was raised to be an entertainer. When Nick was home in Cali, he took those skills up to local clubs and open mics, and built up a name in Hollywood as an up-and-coming teenage performer. But he got his big break while performing at an event called Laugh-A-Palooza in Atlanta.
I still have this DVD. Like, I would get it, but it's somewhere in like the storage, like in the boxes. I know for a fact I still have this.
Atlanta, where he was discovered by Will Smith's talent agency. Will was eager to meet Nick
Will
and
Smith
assisted him in getting an entertainment manager, as well as his first record deal with Jive Records.
So he walked in the room and like within 5 minutes,
It's
I had pitched him a
incredible.
TV show, my album, all of that stuff, and he was like, "Yo, you remind me so much of me." He was like, "I'm gonna sign you up for everything," and gave me like my first deal, and I feel like.
Nick was hoping that his music would revitalize his corny Nickelodeon image, and I'm hoping that you're interested in hearing about today's sponsor, The Ridge. I have the
Okay, shout out to your sponsor, bro, but you know,
model than most celebrities. I didn't even mention that he was an executive producer of Drumline and his Nickelodeon show.
He had 2 deals as a producer going. He had a deal with Jive Records.
are they gonna make another ATL? Like, is it official? Personally, I don't think it's necessary, because you know I feel like this, like the past, since 2020, we've been in a remaking era, and like it's kind of ruining the originals, because like you have people like him, like the OGs, they'll come and do a second movie, probably hoping that it'll probably be better for the first, or some are just doing it just for the paycheck, and then the movie's just freaking terrible. It's very disappointing. Like, for instance, Rush Hour. I heard that they're gonna make another Rush Hour. I'm like, no. Like, I think it would still be good to watch, but no, I don't think it's necessary. It's not. It's not. That's like making another Bring It On movie, even though they had like 7. They had like 7 Bring It On movies. No. After the 3rd one, I was done. I'm like, no, you guys are doing too much now.
That he had pretty much like negotiated along with his team, but he was very much in charge of his business.
Nick was in a boss-like position that no other child stars could get. His next big move would help him gain some cool points, but he was often still the butt of the joke. Wild and Out is easily his most notable creation, which is a sketch comedy and improv game show that had celebrity guests each episode. It was a destination place for fans of comedy and hip-hop. The show has been running since 2005, with over 20 seasons. Nick decided that he didn't want all the success for himself. He had Will Smith reach down and bring him up, so he was going to do the same for others. A lot of people forget how many careers Nick helped amplify by starting this show.
Cat Williams,
Pete Davidson, DC Young Fly,
Funny
Taron
as hell.
Killam,
I love DC
Timothy
Young
De La
Fly.
Ghetto, Affion Crockett, D. Ray Davis, Mikey Day, and many others. Nick was the host and producer, so he was very often the punching bag. And in comedy, anything.
Yeah, it definitely got played out when they always kept talking about Mariah Carey. I'm like, bro, like, Jesus, man. Like, are y'all trying to lose y'all jobs? I'm just saying, bro. If I was, you know, Nick Cannon, and they kept bringing up someone I've recently was married to or dated, I'm looking at you like, all right, bro. Do you want to keep working here, or do you want to still like crack jokes? Like, pick one.
Goes, so they never held back. Nobody ever considered Nick to be the funniest or the most talented on the show. He still took it in stride, because he just secured a crown jewel as a wife, Mariah Carey. Just a few weeks after meeting, Nick proposed to the 220 times platinum superstar. It was hard to hate on Nick now. He was winning. He may be an easy target for jokes, but he was now a 10-year veteran and undeniably successful and pretty humble. But there was one person who was very angry about Nick and Mariah's relationship, Marshall Mathers.
What is that song? What is that song? What is that song that she made? What is that song? Damn it, I can't sing it, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know the song. Why you so obsessed with me? Boy, I wanna know. I had no idea that she wrote that song about him. I wasn't aware of this triangle. I had no idea.
And he had something to say about it. Eminem and Mariah Carey had a public back and forth beef that began
I didn't
after
know
a
they even
short
dated.
alleged relationship that started around 2001. Eminem says that they dated, had sex, all that. Mariah Carey says otherwise.
Did you date him?
No. Can I just clarify that I did not have a physical relationship with him? I did not have an intimate relationship.
The feud went on for years, mostly instigated by Eminem, but in 2009 he took it too far. The first verse on the track titled Bagpipes from Baghdad was entirely about Mariah. Mariah, whatever happened to us? Why do we have pipes from Baghdad?
Let me
was
read
entirely about Mariah.
Locked in Mariah's wine cellar, all I had for lunch was bread, wine, more bread, wine, and Captain Crunch. Red wine for breakfast and for brunch. It had to soak it up, and in between snack crackers too much. Mariah, what's ever happened to us? Why did we have to break up? All I asked for was a glass of punch. You see me, I never really asked for much. I can't imagine what's going through your mind after such. And next we break up with that. I'm trying to guess what, Damn. I don't know. I don't know what was said
Mariah,
right there.
whatever happened to us? Why did we have to break up?
Mariah,
Nick
whatever
Cannon,
happened to us? Why did we break up? All I asked was for a glass
Then he
of punch.
proceeds to call her the C word and said, Nick, you had your fun. I've come to kick you in your sack of junk. He also says, I wish you luck with the war. As you can imagine, Nick wasn't very happy with Eminem's words. His immediate response came from a lengthy blog post on his website. In this post, Nick kind of describes how his thought process was.
I had nothing but respect for this dude, but all of a sudden I hear my name in the verse. My first reaction was like, this is his new shit? Wow, that's too bad. Then I felt sorry for him because
Evolving
he must
as
really
he listened
be
to the
stuck
song.
in the past.
Said he initially had respect for him. Then he was confused because he heard his name. Then he says he
That's what
felt
I'm
sorry
saying,
for
bro. Why they always gotta go after the person that has nothing to do with the person you have issues with? You go talk shit about their significant other. Why? They probably don't even know you. They probably even know that you guys even dated, but yet you want to go attack that person. Corny.
For Eminem. And he says, what type of grown-ass man lies about getting with a chick? Only Slim Lamey, LOL. Then I asked myself, should I go find this bitch and whoop his little ass?
Oh my gosh.
And then he says, I'm
Yeah,
taking
both
full
little,
action
like,
on you,
stop it.
Eminem. I don't know why no one has stood up to your bitch ass yet, but I guess it's going to take a corny, whack-rapping boy toy from Nickelodeon to set you straight. As a matter of fact, I think you're going to bring my whack rhymes out of retirement. Your legacy has now been tainted from this day.
I don't know. Nick Cannon not talking about he finna make a diss track, bro. You ain't the best rapper, honey. Don't do that. Don't do that. Did he though? Like did he put out like a diss track or something?
Day 4th. You will now be known as the rapper who lost to corny ass Nick Cannon. Nick couldn't have responded in a more, well, corny way. He admits to being corny. He knows that's what people think about him. And I think him admitting it solidified it forever.
I don't know if you want that. I don't know if you want that problem rapping with Nick Cannon, Phil.
I would never respond to Nick Cannon. Never. Listen, look. Now look. The camera's on, right? He's legendary corny. He's been corny forever.
Nick even claims that he went looking for Eminem.
For what?
He's talking about you.
Who else was gonna kick his ass? I went looking for that motherfucker. We had this conversation.
Unsurprisingly, Nick never actually did anything. It was actually Mariah who handled the situation.
That brother. Imagine you talk so much shit online, and then on top of that, you went to go look for the guy. Turns out, your wife. She said, nah, Nick, I got this. I'm gonna put him in check. Put him in my back pocket.
By dropping an absolute smash diss track called Obsessed. The reason why Mariah's diss was so cutthroat was because it was catchy, fun, and petty. Eminem turned on the radio and heard the girl that rejected him, but he couldn't help but get the chorus stuck in his head. Then when he watched the music video, he saw himself being depicted as a creepy stalker. Eminem quickly responded with a diss called The Warning, where he held back nothing. The lyrics in this song are so brutal that if you said them today about a woman, you'd lose everything you have.
Damn.
Regardless, Eminem fans think that Eminem won. Mariah fans think that she won. And both fan bases agreed that Nick Cannon lost.
You
He
getting
didn't
old.
beat up Eminem. He didn't make him apologize. He swore up and down that he tried everything to get face to face with M, but he actually made it worse.
This guy's good, bro. He's going. He's like freestyle. Someone should sign this guy.
This was Nick's attempt at promoting his new record called White People Party Music. Nick posted this photo on Instagram. It's official. I'm white. Hashtag White People Party Music. In stores April 1st. Dude, go get it. Join the party. Hashtag good credit. Dog kissing. Beer pong. Farmers markets. Fist pumping. Cream cheese eating. Angry people claim this is whiteface. This is a double standard. Because if a white person did this...
Bro, I was literally thinking the same thing. I was literally thinking, yes, what is this? What are you doing? Did I see this? I don't remember hearing about this. I don't know.
It would get them canceled forever. But many other people pointed out that whiteface isn't actually a thing. Blackface is offensive because in the entertainment industry, white people used to paint themselves black and act in a very discriminatory and derogatory manner for other white people's shameful entertainment. There is no history of whiteface, and most white people were not actually offended, but everyone, no matter what race you were, agreed that it was unfunny, annoying, and did not make them want to listen to his album. In fact, he even deleted it off all platforms to this day. He also said this.
Anything
Gone.
racist happened to you
Gone.
recently?
I don't really look at it like that because I'm the racist.
You're the racist.
I'm very racist. I'm blatantly racist.
Example. I've never heard someone so proud of it before.
I am proud to be racist.
Okay.
I mean, because when you think about what racism actually is, or a racist, it's one who believes their race is superior over certain things.
Okay.
You know what I mean? There's certain things that I believe my race is superior at.
For example?
Sex category.
It's tough to tell if this is a joke or not because there's clearly an edit made in the video. You can see when Rosenberg asks for an explanation, there was something redacted, but people didn't think it was a joke. They just used that as a justification to hate Nick Cannon even more.
I got the same
Nick and
glasses.
Mariah got divorced in 2016. There was no drama, bad blood, or a messy story. A clean break. Just 3 months after they divorced, he already had another child named Golden Saigon with Brittany Bell. But for the next 3 years, Eminem was living rent-free in Nick's head, despite the fact that Nick was making huge money moves. Wild 'N Out was over a decade old and still successful. He had become the chairman of Nickelodeon and helped them revive their Teen Nick brand. He was the host of America's Got Talent.
Yes,
deal with
America
Viacom
Got
that allowed him
Talent.
to
Yes,
produce
I forgot
any show
about that.
he wanted on VH1, MTV, and Nickelodeon.
Like,
he had a
bro,
production
look
deal
at
with
you,
NBC,
doing
had
well.
an extensive list of roles in TVs, movies, shorts, comedy specials, you name it, Nick Cannon has done it. But he still wanted to get at Eminem. Everybody knows I would love Eminem to be on Wild 'N Out. Y'all go convince Marshall. Then over the years, he was constantly rehashing the old Mariah story on various podcasts, talking about how he really wanted to beat up Eminem. Eventually, it got M's attention, and he responded on a song with Fat Joe called Lord Above. I know me and Mariah didn't end on a high note, but that other dude's whipped, that pussy got him neutered. Almost got my caboose kicked. Full quit, you not gonna do shit. I let her chop my balls off too before I lost to you, Nick. Then Nick responded with not one, not two, but 3 diss tracks of his own.
I definitely remember this. I remember this.
Told Joe to lean back, don't get hit with this retaliation. Be the king of the rude, ludicrous, lucrative lyric. Now all you do is just cry.
It's hard to see Nick Cannon as a rapper. It's hard.
Pretend you love us, but you really jealous. Wanna be brothers, Christopher Columbus.
Nick Cannon trying to act tough on a record just doesn't really work for him. He said the only reason he dissed Eminem was for the sport of hip-hop and ultimately to get him on his show Wild 'N Out. He thought he was about to ignite a back-and-forth rap beef, but Eminem never responded. Well, he did tweet that he demanded an apology from Nicholas. Of course, Nick didn't apologize to Eminem, but he did apologize to a different group of people for some comments he made on a podcast a few months later. Nick posted a Cannon's Class podcast episode with Professor Griff. Griff was an ex-member of the rap group Public Enemy who got kicked out of the group in the 80s for making anti-Semitic comments. The main comments that got him fired were,
and we're defining who the Jewish people are, because I feel like if we actually can understand that construct, then we can see that there is no hate involved. When we talk about the lies, the deceit, how the fake dollar controls all of this.
Nick then goes on a long tangent about how non-melanated people lack the power of the sun, and out of jealousy they decided to become soulless savages who destroy people of color. And he discussed how he feels about the powerful people who control this country and was accused of spreading conspiracy theories. Viacom Viacom released a statement. While we support ongoing education and dialogue in the fight against bigotry, we are deeply troubled that Nick has failed to acknowledge or apologize for perpetuating anti-Semitism, and we are terminating our relationship with him. Nick then took to Facebook to write a 1,500-word essay about his relationship with Viacom and apology to...
I'm not gonna lie, bro. If I ever see someone like apologizing like this, I'm not reading it. I'm sorry. Like, if you're writing this much, 1,500? No, bro. No. And you talking about Dr. King right here. Oh my gosh. Jesus. Gabrielle Union. That's my girl. Hope you said something nice. Wait. Okay, hold on. I really got talent and currently stand by my friend and queen, Gabrielle Union, in her fight against oppression. Okay. All right.
The Jewish community, and ending with a statement that Viacom is on the wrong side of history and that he demands full ownership of the Wild 'N Out brand and an apology. But they didn't budge, and the way this situation...
Yep, but wait. Hold on. Wait, he doesn't own Wild 'N Out? What do you mean? Like, I mean, he pretty much created Wild 'N Out. Like, he's the face of Wild 'N Out. Without Nick Cannon, like, what is this on my monitor? Oh no, it's the video. Without Wild 'N Out, I mean, without Nick Cannon, what is Wild 'N Out? Wild 'N Out without Nick Cannon. That's what the name gonna be.
Ended was by Nick doing a full-on apology press tour where he went on various major media platforms condemning anti-Semitism, redacting his comments, and educating himself by having conversations with Jewish people on how to not further the anti-Semitic rhetoric. He got his deal back with Viacom and in celebration decided to have 10 more children in the span of 3 years.
Jesus.
December 23rd, 2020, his child Powerful Queen was born to mother Brittany Bell. 6 months later, his children Zion Mixolydian and Zillion Air were born to mother Abby De La Rosa. Then just 2 weeks after that, he had another child named Zen, born to mother Alyssa Scott.
Wait. Okay. I'm not saying this. He could not have been in a relationship with all of them. These have to be like one night stands, hit it and quit it. There's no way. 2 weeks later.
Fortunately died of brain cancer just 6 months later. In June of 2022, 1 year later, he had his child Legendary Love with mother Bree Tiesi. Then September 14th of this year, he had child Onyx Cole with mother Lanisha Cole, and 2 weeks after that, he had another child, Rise Messiah, with mother Brittany Bell. It's also been announced that he's expecting another child with Abby De La Rosa and another child with Alyssa Scott. So Nick is basically getting 3 different women pregnant at the same time 2 years in a row. Now, he's been subject to a lot of criticism for his procreation, but not enough criticism on the choice of these kids' names, though. He's made it very clear that this is his intention. He wants to have this many kids, and he sees this as a blessing. I know you said you won't call him a bad dad, but I will. He's not a good father. He may be kind to them and give them all the financial security and things they'll ever need or want, but he'll never be able to give them the attention and hands-on love they need.
This statement isn't wrong, but at the same time, you don't know what he's doing for them. You only see what's being put out on social media, so you can't really speak on it. But at the same time, it does come off a way, because didn't he recently said, I think he said it like on Twitter or something, where like he wished he spent time more with his kids because of his unfortunate loss. I don't know. You just don't know what's going on under someone's household. You don't know if he's spending time with them. You don't know if he's around. Like, maybe he's spending time with them, but not enough time to like really get that bonding, you know?
Nick has assured people that when he isn't working, he's spending all his free time with his kids and giving them the love they need. I mean, he better keep working because he's going to need like $100 million to make sure these kids live a good life. But I'm sure these kids will be grateful he amassed a fortune for them. I only saw my dad once every other week for my whole life, and I love him. People aren't quick to defend Nick Cannon because he doesn't have an extensive artistic catalog that is universally loved. But if we are being honest, he has had an incredible career, and the fact that he escaped the projects and built an empire for him and his family is admirable. He definitely let his ego get the best of him at times, and as a successful man that is bound to happen. He may be corny, he may have a questionable view on a healthy family dynamic, he may have said some bold and irrational things, but there are worse role models. I think he's still overhated. But in 20 years, it's likely that Nick will probably end up in the same beef that 50 Cent has with his son today. Hopefully he doesn't wish
I've never seen his son. That's his son? They look alike. They look just alike. Oh my gosh. Same smile. That little smirk he does.
son to get hit by a bus. Oh, you don't believe me? Well, check out this video.
Wait, what? I would not. Oh, okay, we're going to have to watch that another time. But yeah. Jesus, man. Nick Cannon, man. What are you doing? Yeah.